launch our One Youth campaign. During the quarantine, I was thinking of a positive action that we can do to our society. Here, in this action, we're presenting a lot of African positive youth from all over the continent to share their personal experiences in the quarantine and intentions in post-COVID-19 time. The sake of this video to spread positivity and to help people in this their time instead of the psychological collapse and panic attack that control a lot of people everywhere. We here collaborate to help people to overcome these problems. Our message, we're together and we'll overcome that together. We are one and we are not many, and our unity is essential. To explore how the African youth think, just keep watching the video to the end and write your comment to us when you finish it. Thank you.
All this is happening. I mean, personally, I think that I've had to learn a lot from this COVID-19 situation. For example, I traveled to the UK, came back, and it was the corona period, and I had to self-quarantine for, 14 days without going to work. Just being in the room alone, getting help from people, sending food to me and all of that. I think it's actually helping us to explore a certain lifestyle that we never used to know that exists. The fact that you now have to practice social distancing with somebody. People are now technically and technological wise, getting to learn different things about how they can communicate with other people without necessarily bringing them to the studio or going to them. And so for me, for example, in the future, what this is going to make for me is that everything is possible. I do not really have to be in somebody's country, or I don't have to be closer to somebody to be able to, get certain info or interview the person per my work, a radio and TV personality. So obviously, I would want to be getting close to people to interview them and bring it to my viewers. But right now, technology is exposing us to so many things that we never used to know.
There is no doubt that with the advent of COVID-19 pandemic, I've learned two basic things. The first one is that I'm more digitalized and I'm used to digital life, in the sense that I understand better that I must not meet physically to hold meetings. I must not meet physically with any teacher or a lecturer to learn, and I can do it easier with the use of some social media platforms, the likes of Zoom and Skype. And secondly, I've learned that there is need to keep a proper hygiene. So we are going to get used to keeping a proper hygiene, and it's very hard for me not to take precautionary measures like washing the hands. So basically, it's going to be part of us, and as we move out from COVID-19, everyone will be used to keeping a good hygiene. So I think that is one importance of the COVID-19 pandemic. Thank you.
The COVID-19 pandemic has really taught me that I need to enhance my adaptability skills. Being flexible and trying your best to adapt to changes is really hard, and that is what I am learning day in, day out. And I'm sure when all this is over, I am going to be stronger and bolder, especially when it comes to adapting to changes. Thank you.
Okay, so basically after this COVID-19 pandemic, which has devoured the whole world, I would personally like to champion a cause that encourage and boost youth and women development all over Nigeria and Africa at large and the world. Thank you so much for this great opportunity.
Most institutions, aside from the tertiary institution or the educational institutions, will also allow their workers to also work from home. That's what I see. But as to what I would do after the COVID-19, I think I'm open to anything at all that the government sets for the institutions. And I personally, working from home, I think it's cool. I've been able to do my things and then work at my own pace. It's really good for now. I don't know what will happen in the future, but for now, it's cool.
In spite of coronavirus, I have a simple idea, but it was ready by serious steps. I make a radio program with 30 episodes to communication with different people according to their way of thinking, to exploring time and breaking boredom, and I learned more about the film flow in different language. After coronavirus, I will continue which I started by myself, but in practice. Finally, my favorite words is dream to live and live to achieve.
Coronavirus in this time has really caused a lot of mess in our lives because this is something we never expected. Talking about the future, we need to prepare for more other challenging times as compared to what has happened to our communities. But amidst everything, we hope that God will be our strength, God will keep us alive, that will become bigger, mightier and stronger than what we went through. Personally, I lost so much during this time in terms of money, in terms of logistics, etc. But once we have life, there's still hope for the future.
Today I'm talking to you about the positive side of confinement in my life. Indeed, this product allowed me to improve relations with myself and with my family. I take advantage of my free time to learn new things like philosophy, politics, diplomacy, and update my management skills because I know that the post-COVID world will be very rich in opportunities. So do like me, take advantage of confinement to improve your life.
I want to stress a little bit on the quarantine and what it has done to me. Looking at it on a negative side, it's something terrible because the whole world is like on pause. But looking at it also on a positive side, it has helped me a lot to improve my communication skills with people through the interviews, through the meetings I have on Zoom, on Skype. That is something that I wouldn't learn in a normal world because we're always busy going at school, maybe going in person meetings. So it has helped me that, and I'm also transformed. I've learned more about myself and I've had time to discover who I am. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Through the coronavirus pandemic, I'm psychologically compelled to be more adaptable in such an unusual condition. Though initially it was hectic, but with my tenacity, it became an opportunity to improve on personal skills while obeying the safety rules at home. I'm optimistic the post-COVID-19 pandemic will be a turning point for myself and many out there. Thank you.
Actually, this pandemic of coronavirus, the lockdown and stay at home has caused a lot of discomfort and a lot of activities have stopped. Everybody is at home. Only few people work online while at home. But for every disadvantage, you can get some advantages out of it. While at home, you can read a lot of books, do a lot of research, spend more time with your family, take some online courses, be creative, think of something important that will benefit you or the society at large after the lockdown. So stay safe, stay at home. Bye-bye.
Firstly, what we should be aware of is that COVID-19 is not a death sentence. As an individual, we have to take responsibility by keeping safe. So personally, how the pandemic has changed me, I began to see life differently. How suddenly the human race, be it the Christian, the Muslim, the Jew, the Buddhist, became united against the sin. And so I concluded within me that life is short and power is ephemeral. I also picked up the task by helping the young ones around me by giving out the little way I can, and it has also assisted in bringing out my entrepreneurship skills. So my plans after the pandemic, it is only phenomenon that the unseen circumstances creeps in when we seem to be having a smooth ride. The pandemic has awakened our subconscious mind. For this reason, I have decided to embark on a mission to enlighten Africans on being proactive, setting up guards, and bracing up for future occurrences. Thank you.
The issue of corona here in Nigeria does not sound good because people are dying of hunger and government does not support them. government is sending a palliative, but not to vulnerable people who are dying of hunger. So the people who are receiving the palliative was not the people who are supposed to have it. And inshallah, by God's will, by our will, with our devotion, with our support, we will make it possible. We will contract all the government desires, and inshallah, we'll make it possible. We will send palliative to people who are supposed to have it, and by all instance.
So coronavirus was a danger to the whole world, and people got troubled. So after this pandemic, it's very important to help people or to remove this phobia to all people in order to prepare themselves to their future after this pandemic, and they prepare themselves how to protect themselves and to fight against other pandemics which shall appear.
I am Laomifi Follower Comfort. The COVID-19 pandemic has made me realize that staying financially secured is a crucial step in getting through the daily life. And to do this, we have to stay positive. So when all of this is over, I will try my possible best to remain optimistic and to stay positive. Thank you.
A lot more lessons have been learned during this whole COVID-19 period, and it has really entrenched my positions to become more entrepreneurial. Come to think of it, a lot more have lost their jobs, others have been asked to proceed on leave without pay. Others are also working from home. At one point in time, your company would realize that we can't be able to do without you. And so I want to encourage and advise every single individual to learn a skill during this period that they are at home, so when they come out, they can be able to run their businesses, become their own bosses, and get a very good source of livelihood. Kudos to all the frontline workers for the great job done. Also to us all for staying safe at home and doing what is required of us. Stay safe. God bless us all.
COVID-19 pandemic has really made me to discover my ability to fight for a global cause. I'm assured that when all this is over, I will look at my life from the positive aspects and impact more on my immediate environment, and my drive to succeed is not affected by any obstacle. Thank you.
Corona has changed many lives. Even mine, Corona has changed mine positively and negatively. Positively, it have helped me to have a job, like to give class to a 7-year-old girl at home. And negatively, it has stopped me from doing what I love the most, like doing the practice, basketball, and basketball player. So after Corona, I would really love to continue doing what I love the most. That is to still continue practicing and again to start posting for jobs or internship.
On a more serious note, the lockdown has not been easy, but we have tried to use the best opportunity we have. The lockdown is not just an avenue for us to go home and just relax and sleep. At least we should able to learn something. And within this very period of lockdown, I was able to develop my entrepreneurship skill. And to be frank, I'm really doing well. I know after this whole COVID-19 pandemic, I'm going to come out strong.
Pandemic, the deadly virus, although it has been a blessing in disguise to so many people's life, especially myself, it has helped me to discover so many things, so many hidden treasures that I possessed, and I'm sure
educated. Each and every one of us has been taught a lesson within the quarantine, how beneficial it is to depend on oneself. As you have seen, if you don't have qualified doctors within your country, none of your citizens will survive. No more treatments abroad. If coronavirus was to be a movie, I would have named it as a movie of self-defense. No more treatments abroad. Africa, rise up. Let's all go to school. Let's send our little kids to school. As a youth of Africa, it's our collective role to do this campaign of educating Africa for the years to come. Send Africa to school and keep the light burning like a shepherd.
I would love to share with you my personal experience with coronavirus. It has disrupted in all my daily activities, studies, work, and social interactions. It has, however, created for me all the time I needed to read books. As I am now looked up in a room, I look forward to adapting a new lifestyle, and so does everybody.
Coronavirus has come, elderly destroys the lives of young men and women. However, some have lost their jobs, some have lost their loved ones, some have also lost their lives. In view of that, I am a chemistry professional. I have contributed a lot before, and I will contribute a lot in future to give my people a personal protective items such as hand sanitizers, jackets, rain boot, and other PPE materials to the health personnel and other individuals in our community. Thank you and God bless.
I want to talk about the coronavirus. Coronavirus is a pandemic disease which has no any cure. We need to protect ourselves. We need to protect the society. We need to wear masks and gloves. So we need to protect the people, the society. We need to wash our hands properly at every time, after we eat and before we eat. We have to not shake hands with other people